Do you know that if you're an Indian citizen and you're here in US on a work visa, it'll take about 50 years for you to get a green card if you apply it today? Another fact, there are about a million people in this queue right now, and only about 10,000 to 25,000 are being processed every year. When I saw those numbers, I realized that there is a lot out there which is not in my control. So back in 2018, I decided to do something about things which are in my control and leave the things which are not in my control. So at that moment, I decided to work on something which probably you would have heard about called FIRE, which is financial independence and retire early. At that moment, I did not realize that at some point of time in future, this is going to set me up for a possible green card path, which is EB5 investor path. So in year 2025, I decided to go ahead and file my EB5 investor visa. So this is what this video is about, why I filed for it, what were my reasons to file for this visa. So let's quickly talk about what is an EB5 visa. In simplistic terms, an EB5 investor visa is a visa program by United States government which allow foreign investors to invest a minimum of 800,000 US dollars in US economy, uh, along with creating 10 jobs, and in turn, US government will provide a green card to the investors. This is a huge amount, and it was absolutely not easy for me to take this decision lightly. And like I do for all my big decisions, I make a note of my reasons on why I would like to do this. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to share my reasons on why I filed for investor visa. My first reason is the uncertainty in H-1B renewals. The process of renewing an H-1B is absolutely in government control, and a slight change in job market or change in government or any rules and regulations change can impact the renewal process, and you have to leave the country immediately if H-1B visa is not renewed. So that was my first reason. I do not like that uncertainty wherein everything is in control, is like in the control of US government on my stay in the United States. Reason number two, the control which an employer has instead of an employee. Even if the US government is very open to and flexible for H-1B renewals, it has to be initiated by the employer. So that gives lots of control to the employer. And if they decide to not file, or if they decide this job is no longer required, I won't be able to renew my visa and I have to leave the country. So that is reason number two. Coming on to the third one, which is related to my daughter, who is going to start her college very soon. So even if I have a stability on my H-1B visa from government or from my employer, my daughter's college education would still not be as great as it would be for somebody who is a green card holder or a US citizen, because she would have to go to a college as an international student, and that limits her choices plus adds challenges to her journey. So I wanted to make sure that my daughter gets into the college she wants and is not like facing any challenges related to what an international students face. So that was my reason number three. Reason number four, the long-term stability of my family. So my entire family's stay in United States is based on my job. And if in any case my job is not renewed, my H-1B visa is not renewed, we all have to move out of this country immediately on a very short notice. While it was not a big problem a few years ago, but now that my all three kids have grown up here in the United States, it won't be easy, or I would say rather unfair on them to move from here to another country right away. Another reason is that uh, in case of a death of an H-1B visa holder, the family members have to leave the country, I think, in about a month or so. So that's again something which we should consider when we talk about the overall stability on the H-1B visa. Reason number five, job flexibility. On H-1B visa, you're always dependent on your employer to sponsor your employment. On the other hand, you can only work in the selected job opportunities which are related to your degree or which are in the STEM field. If you're not dependent on H-1B visa and you have your own sponsorship done, you can change jobs. You don't need a sponsorship and you can go into any field of your choice. Reason number 6, which was a big one for me because I always wanted to start a business and it's not easy to do that on an H-1B. So that's why I wanted to file my EB5 investor visa so that I can actually have the freedom to start a business on the side. Reason number 7, this YouTube channel. If you will look at this channel, you will see that I started this channel back in 2022, but I never posted a video after my first video. I was not sure if I can do that on an H-1B visa, so I was reluctant to post any content. Now that I'm not dependent on my H-1B visa, I have the freedom to post whatever content I want to post here. At some point of time, probably I will create a video on why I'm creating a YouTube channel here. So that's something which we'll talk about later. Overall, applying for EB5 investor visa was a lot about creating that stability in my life, in my family's life, along with taking the control back into my own hands. It was a big investment, but at the same time, the peace of mind and the long-term results I get out of it are also invaluable. So I decided to go ahead with this one. If you're in a similar situation and are considering filing an investor visa, I hope my story helps you make a better decision. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this content, please go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and we'll catch up in next video.